Hello and welcome to the Global Science Show 2020. My name is Paula McMahon and I'm going to talk to you about how climate change affects the future of engineering. Don't worry if you don't have any sound or you have difficulty hearing, as all slides will be fully captioned. So, a little bit about the things we're going to do today, a bit about me and civil engineering. Then I'm going to outline the problem of climate change and some other global issues. We're then going to look forward to mitigation and adaptation, and then I'm going to predict how I think climate change is going to affect the future of engineering, and then I'm going to leave you with some food for thought and what we can all do. So my past roles have included working on a variety of schemes as a civil engineer and a manager of civil engineering projects. I've designed bridges and signs such as the one shown on our motorway network, and I've designed roads, bridges and buildings in Dubai. I've undertook works to extend the life of the Thames Barrier, which has further protected London, and I was the lead engineer for the outline design of the Hinkley Point nuclear power station. Now I work for Sir Robert McAlpine, helping maintain part of the strategic road network. This is the A19 in the north of England. I also mentor many of the staff to help them get professionally qualified, and in addition I manage the social value for my project. Basically I go out to schools as a STEM ambassador. I do also a lot of volunteering things, including being Teesside Branch Chair for the Institution of Civil Engineers and the founding chair of Engineering Together and a member of the North East Chamber of Commerce Transport Strategy Group, amongst other things. Civil engineers design, build, maintain and demolish our infrastructure. From my experience, you can see that civil engineering involves lots of different types of work, but basically without engineers, none of us will be able to go about our daily lives. We all need things that you can actually see, such as roads, railways, bridges and power stations, but also things that you tend not to think about, such as water and energy supplies, communications, flood defences, dams and coastal protection works. But engineers cannot continue without changing what we can do. The reason is climate change is here. The Earth's temperature has already increased. Extreme events are happening more frequently, weather is becoming less predictable, and we have seen the best and the worst of weather since records began in the last 5 years. We've seen the hottest, the coldest, the wettest, the driest and the windiest conditions. Two of the photos from winter 2019 shows flooding in the UK at the same time we had extensive fires in Australia. So although predictions do vary, like any forecast, scientists do agree that this type of extreme weather will continue and will worsen. So we don't just have climate change. A key point is we're also using finite resources at an unsustainable rate. We're also using land and we're also over farming at an unprecedented rate. So it's not just about building things. The things that we're doing to the planet are also about things that we use in everyday life. But one thing links all of these things, and that's people. So that's you, that's me, that's everyone. We've basically not been sustainable and we're not thinking long term. So we need to look forward. Everyone needs to change. We need to use less and we need to waste nothing. To do this, we need to change our mindset at home, and we need to persuade others, including those at our workplace. So we're end users. What we spend money on directly impacts what gets built. Clients only build things that make money, so our everyday choices matter. We will be seeing the effects of what we've already done for some time. We can't change this. Our future positive changes will be incrementally, meaning that we'll continue to make further risks and effects. However, I'm hoping this will be at a declining rate because of our changes. But what is done is done. So engineers need to develop adaptation schemes to account for these more extreme winds, the higher tide, the variable ground conditions, the water shortages and the coastal erosion in order to protect people and properties. So engineers and construction contractors are already embedded into projects' sustainability targets, and scientists can definitely help identifying which measures are the most appropriate to inform engineers on which choices have the least environmental impact to improve what we're already doing. But it's not all doom and gloom. changing our ways can offer an opportunity for engineers and society as a whole. So, for example, dams could offer recreational facilities, they could supply water, they could supply food and energy to communities. Maintaining what we have keeps people in work, provides society with what it needs, but it uses less resources than a new build. Most engineers have recently discovered we can work from home. Air pollution has dropped almost immediately when we reduced car usage. And travelling less has given me more time to do what really matters, which is spend time with the people I care about. So change is possible and it can benefit all. So my predictions. So how climate affects the future of engineering. Well, I think we'll be working on more maintenance and refurbishment projects rather than building new things. We will be adapting what we have to suit the more extreme weather conditions. But I think we're going towards an environmental zero tolerance approach, similar to how we consider health and safety now. And I think projects will have people at the heart and not just the financial gain. Climate change will also affect the future of engineers. We'll be working more remotely. We'll be looking at being more self-sufficient in our own homes. We will all be paying more for food, water, energy and insurance. And I think we'll travel less and we'll buy less, but we'll be happier concentrating on what truly matters. So, some food for thought. So engineers have built pretty much everything you need, but we can't continue as we have been. Greta Thunberg, at age 16, has determined that our house is on fire and positive change is needed. So your habits and your needs define future projects, and the sooner we act, the more choices we'll have. So engineers, scientists and the public all need to work together and understand that what you do matters. So together we will change the world, and we have this. We can do it if we really want to. Thank you very much for listening, and I'll take questions and answers throughout the day via the Twitter feed.